Hi, everybody. It is Kathy, and I love to be selling. Come on in, sellers. Let's get settled in and we will get talking. But first, just let me know that you can hear me. Let me know how everything's going, how your weather is. Started out a little chilly here in New York today, but we got quite warm. It's like up to like almost like a balmy 60 degrees today. I was like, yay, which is why I'm in a t-shirt. I actually went out some errands, and I was out in a really heavy fleece pullover. I can't even talk anymore, like a hoodie, to stay. And I got hot. It was like I had a scarf on. I had to like take the layers off. You know how it is as you get warm. Also, probably because I was walking around so much. But anyway, let me know how everybody's doing. Hey, Peg, how are you? Good, good, good. I'm so glad. Hey, Dorinda, how are you? Hi, Carol. 73 in Tennessee. Okay, I know where to be going. Sounds like I need to go down. So, hi, Mary. Good to see you. Did you, nothing but eBay stores anyone else? I can't find it anywhere. No, Maria, and I'm right here. So come on in. But anyway, good to see everybody. Come on in, get settled, get settled, get settled. Great to see everybody. Thanks for joining me. This is what I wanted to share with you, and this really knocked me for a loop. So I'm doing this broadcast because I absolutely want you to be aware of it. And I hadn't run into this with eBay before. So that's why I'm doing this, because I want to make sure that you know what's going on so that you are fully briefed. So just to let you know, this is the situation. Right now, you've got the choice of 5 return policies for eBay. There's actually 6, but let me just go through it. So you can do 30-day buyer pays return shipping, 30-day free returns, 60-day buyer pays, 60-day free returns. You can do no returns, not recommended, but you can do no returns. You can do 14-day on a few very select categories, okay? And in case you don't know with returns, because sometimes people do get confused about them, is you as a seller do have a choice. So on some items, you might do 30-day free returns, and other items you might do 30-day buyer pays return or 60. It's not a one size fits all. So eBay gives you the choices, and then you decide which policy works best for you. I'm a top rated seller. If you're unfamiliar with being a top rated seller, it means you have been on eBay for at least 90 days. I'm on eBay for over 10 years. You've sold a certain amount of items at a certain dollar amount with a certain level of customer service. The criteria is on the eBay site, and then you become a top rated seller. Yay. To get what is called a top rated plus discount, and oftentimes people confuse top rated seller with top rated plus. You qualify for top rated once you are top rated if you offer free returns. And if I remember correctly, that's as of the spring update of 218. You can get a top rated plus discount, which is 10% of your final value fee. It is not your listing fee, not your promoted listing fees if you're promoting, your final value fee, okay? The other thing with free returns is there is a button on eBay or a filter on eBay where you can click and see what sellers are offering free returns. There's a lot of studies about how people like free returns, but again, it's not, excuse me, my nose is itching today. It's not you have to do it. It is a choice. So because I'm top rated, because of the filter, I'm always on the lookout for which of my items and which of my categories are going to do well with free returns. Okay, so again, you need to look at your returns. And for instance, like in a category, I'm getting no returns or very few returns. Absolutely, I'm going to do free returns. Why not? I get to show up in the filter and I get my 10% final value fee discount. Yay. So I did that. I've experimented with a bunch of categories. I have found ones that work for me, and I have found ones that don't work for me. So one of my categories, it is working for me, where I don't think I've maybe one return in 3 years. I mean, that's how low it is. And I think the return was they just wanted to exchange for a size. So I've been doing free returns, 30-day seller pay, so it's free returns, and it has free shipping, okay? I'll do another video sometime about free shipping. So because I want to focus on the free returns, because this is what happened. I get a message from a buyer. I'm returning blah, blah, blah. Item not as described because you sent me, I'm going to make up sizes. You sent me size 6 and the listing says a size 10. And I thought to myself, I don't think that's right, but let me take a look. So I looked at my listing and my listing was correct. It was for size 6. The buyer made a mistake. They must have looked at the listing and thought it was another size. You know what I mean? It happens. You're buying too fast. You're flipping through. I totally get it. I don't have a problem with people making mistakes. But what I do have a problem with is that you're claiming item not as described, and you are taking advantage of free returns, and you're returning the item to me. When my listing is fine, the picture is accurate, the title is accurate, my item specifics are accurate, my description is accurate, and you're citing the reason to return to me that I sent you the wrong item. Okay. So I get this message and I go, check my listing. I had made no error. I messaged the buyer. I said, hi, I got your message. Just to let you know, it is the size I sent you is exactly what the listing is. Perhaps there's some kind of confusion. You know, you never want to point fingers at people. Could you take another look at it? And after I sent the message, I then called eBay customer service. Now, I qualify for concierge customer service. If you are, I believe it's Anchor Store Enterprise, you have automatically concierge service, or even higher, I think, for Enterprise. What that means is when you call into eBay, the number that displays on your account, so you'll click the Contact Us button in eBay, it displays a 800 number. And when you call, if you have concierge, or if you are premium, not premium, Anchor or higher, you will always get US customer service. Those of us that attended eBay Open in 2017 and or 2018, one of the gifts of eBay Open, and let me tell you, it is worth every dollar. If you've never gone to eBay Open, go, because at least for the last 2 years, they've given out concierge customer service to everybody that attended. So I always get a US rep, okay? So I call into eBay. This is the fun part. And I said, just look at the message from the customer and look at my listing, and then we'll talk. So they looked, and then they got on the phone, they put me on hold, then we got back. I said, my listing is accurate. The customer has made an error. What do I do? I've got free returns on this. And this is the kicker, because I haven't had this happen before. It does not matter that my listing, it does matter. You definitely want to write accurate listings. But as far as free returns go, free returns, held onto your hat on this one, free returns means it does not matter the reason the customer is returning the item. They can say whatever they want to say. They can say my listing is wrong. They can say I sent the wrong size. They can say I sent the wrong color. I can hear you guys screaming because I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And I'm very pro eBay, just so you guys know this. I'm like, I love eBay. I am very grateful for eBay. I'm very grateful for my business. It doesn't matter the reason if it's free returns. And that's why I'm doing this, because I want you guys to be well aware of what you're getting yourself into. If you have free returns, you take the return for any reason. Any reason. It doesn't matter if the customer is wrong. It doesn't matter if they misread something. Free returns means, this is true on any site, by the way, I found out. Free return, or pretty much, I'm sure maybe some site has a disclaimer, but pretty much free returns means free returns. They can return it for any reason. Now, if it's a new with tag item and I have not made an error and they return the item, because I actually had this happen on an item, it was a dress, and I got it back. It was a brand new dress, new with tags. The customer returned it without the tags with substantial wear. eBay backed me, because one thing with free returns is you have much greater backing from customer service than under other circumstances, which you explain to them what happened. And basically what happens is you as the seller don't have to do the refund, and then eBay decides how they want to deal with the buyer. And honestly, and I'm not speaking for eBay on this, 9 times out of 10, they will get the customer their money back. And I know sellers scream about this, but this is the reason why they do it. eBay wants buyers. If you didn't notice, I was actually really happy about this. eBay's third quarter profit statement, whatever they call that, is the big thing they put out for the press and everything. Their earnings were good for third quarter. And our active buyers have actually increased by 2 million. And that's why you do things like that. Yes, it can, encourage bad behavior, and customer service gets to deal with it. But bottom line is eBay wants buyers to be happy, and they want them to come back. The reason I am saying this to you, so anyway, what I was told was, you have free returns, you're going to have to refund this person. I was like, oh my goodness. And the reason I refunded, because I didn't want the item back, is that I would have had to pay the return shipping. And it was a new item, and they will have opened the item. It's no longer sealed in the package. Okay. I just refunded the money. Sometimes it's just less painful. Now, what I did do, because I can hear everybody screaming, is, okay, so you have free returns, and you get a return like that, where you did nothing wrong, you did absolutely everything right, but for whatever reason, the buyer is returning the item. Free shipping makes it even more painful, because I'm out the shipping to the customer, and then I'm also going to be out the shipping if it comes back. It means I'm going to be paying shipping both ways. So you really got to watch your profit margins on free returns. But in this category, I'm not kidding. I think I've had 2 returns in a year, and I have had 10% final value fee discount on all the items that have sold. So that's why when you run into something like this with free returns, or whatever eBay policy that you're, getting a little friction on, is, I know my feelings were like, it's just like, you got to be kidding. It was like, and I had a very nice customer service rep. We had a really good discussions, but I got off the phone, is run your numbers. It's fine to get upset. It's fine to, whatever, you get your eBay buddy and you scream. I went for a walk. Is do your math. Is it worth it, even though this customer made a mistake and I have free returns, so I have to take the return back? Is, how much money did I make with free returns? And all you do is eBay gives you data for 90 days. So you can look at that. You can go back further if you go through PayPal. Okay. With eBay was easier because I wanted to sort the category. So sort the category, see how many you sold, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100, 1,000, whatever it is. Look at your final value fees. Figure out how much money you saved. Did you save 40, 50, 60, 80, 100, $200, $30, $5, $10, whatever it is? Do the math, because you'll listen to YouTubers and you'll listen to people in groups, and they will scream and yell. I get it, but you've got to run the numbers. Okay, I'm out. How much money was I out? I think like $10, $11, $12, something like that, with my cost of goods. And thank goodness the shipping label coming back hadn't been issued, so I'm out maybe $12. But I have made, with my top amount in this category, well over $100. So lose 10, earn 100. I'm ahead by 90. Like losing that? No. And it's certainly something I will track. All of a sudden it becomes a trend, then I look at doing free returns in this category. On categories where I might get 1 or 2 returns a week, it's not going to be worth it for me to do free returns unless it's very high margins. But on categories where I get 1 or 2 returns a year, even if I'm paying for the return or if I'm just giving them their money back, it's well worth it. But I am letting you know, in case you run into this, even if the buyer has made the error, and we all make mistakes, I'm not saying we don't. If I have free returns, I take it back. This was told me by the customer service rep. It doesn't matter the reason. Now, again, if it's new with tags, you get it back and there's damage and you have free returns, that's when you get a hold of customer service. And having concierge is a huge help for this. Because what you do is you decide, you can say, I'm not going to give the refund, and this is the reason why. You know, I paid for the return back because of free returns, but the item's clearly damaged. And you talk to customer service. I've only had that happen on 1 item. If it happens on more than 1, then you take a look at, again, what return policy works best for you. But because you get 1 or 2 or 5 or 10, it depends how big a volume seller you are on free returns. Again, your initial reaction is you've got to do the math. Otherwise, you're just in big trouble. But that's what I wanted to tell you, because I really was shocked. I was like, you mean it doesn't matter that it was the buyer's error? It doesn't matter that my listing is totally accurate? I mean, it does matter. But as far as for free returns, the answer is no. Okay? So I want you guys to be aware of that. Jags is saying, so Christina says hello. So Jeanette was saying, I had a free return for a week and almost everything I sold that week returned. I sell cloth, so no more free returns for me. You know what? Absolutely. That's why you've got to look at the category. You've got to look at your data. I've got a bunch of categories I just don't get returns in. For instance, collectibles, you very rarely will get returns in. So absolutely, I'm going to do free returns in that. I'm top rated. It's to my benefit because I'm going to make more money with the 10% final value fee discount. If you're not top rated, you're in a different situation. If you're in a very competitive category, a free return can give you a boost. So you want to take the look at that. So what I'm saying is you always want to look at what increases my sales. This is my concern, to help you. I mean, I'm an e-commerce coach, so this is what I do with my sellers. How can I help you to make more money? How can I help you that your items stand out in search? How can I help you that your business grows and that you explode your sales? And part of it is knowing the return policies, how they work, and then which ones are going to make you more money. Okay? Good.